Hello folks, I just thought I'd knock up a quick vlog whilst I'm out on this Honda Rebel 500 here. Now, as we all know at the moment, the motorbike industry is in turmoil at the moment, mainly due to shipping issues, and I think it's easy to forget how hard it must be for the dealers at the moment to get the bikes. It's an absolute blooming nightmare. You know, people from Royal Enfield, for example, buying new Meteors were waiting. No, it's alright, thank you. They were waiting for up to 7 or 8 months at times for their bikes. Well, yeah, sad state of affairs really. But it ain't just the motorbike industry, it's the car industry as well. They're struggling. Well, it's a worldwide thing as well. But it's a shame for everyone really. Yeah, obviously the dealers really want the bikes to keep their profit margin happy, and the customer want their bikes as well. And it must be gutting when you initially get excited about getting a new bike and then the dealer has to tell you that we have no idea when we can get it. And the thing with this is that there's no light at the end of the tunnel at the moment. I can't see from my you know, contacts in the industry. No one's saying, well, it's okay, it's going to be okay in a year's time because they're doing this or they're doing that. There's no sort of end game at the moment to this getting any better. So I kind of ask find myself thinking, you know, what's this 10-year problem that's going to keep going on and not get any better? Because I know what I'm like. If I order a new bike, I'll be very understanding if the dealer can't get it, you know, for obvious reasons, you know, with the shipping and everything else. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, well, I don't know if I want a new bike at all then, if I've got to wait for that long and not even have a date of when I can actually have the bike. You know, it's not just you know, all the big manufacturers, but the smaller ones as well. I know Honda are having issues with certain models. The CMX 1000 version of this, for example. Oops, that was an accident. Yeah, what else is having issues? Yeah, the Royal Enfields, let's say the Meteors, are having terrible issues getting their bikes at one point. Suzuki, Kawasaki, you name it, they've all got problems getting the bikes at the moment. And Triumph, apparently I've heard, I don't know how true it is, that Triumph are only going to be making 12 of their RS 1200s next year. Again, that's just what I've heard, I don't know how true it is. But one thing I do know is that the factory in Hinckley has got no stock at all. And goods inwards is just a pile of empty racks. Kind of think to yourself, well, how long can they go on for like that? Again, I have heard that Triumph are going to try and build more bikes in the UK again, exactly for, you know, that reason, which actually can only be a good thing, can't it? I mean, for years we've been wanting more bikes being built in the UK, and now it looks like that might actually happen, which is great news, I say. Going to be difficult in the beginning, but then you have to, you know, we've got to think about prices then. Is that going to jack the prices up? Probably will, because we're not going to be casting and machining a lot of those parts, I wouldn't imagine, because that is you know, an industry in itself, which is something which unfortunately we haven't really got nailed down. That's a lot of other countries do that for lots of different reasons. Basically it's cheaper. But yeah, it makes you wonder where it's all going at the moment, and by the time it does sort itself out, then we'll probably be all moving over to electric maybe, in which case all those factories that have been built and you know, start running to build combustion bikes are going to have to be switching over, which you know, I guess is in the plan anyway, and they'll be ahead of the game on that. Next thing I wanted to touch on is exciting bikes. Why is there no exciting bikes anymore? You know, a lot of people have asked me. People say to me they all seem to be pretty boring. I wouldn't say that, to be honest with you. But I know what they mean. You know, back in the day we had the VFRs and all the twin V-twin engines coming out. Whereas now the big sort of manufacturers aren't really doing a lot like that now. Euro 5 has made things a little bit more boring for sure. And certainly now we can't easily upgrade exhausts and things like that because of Euro 5 and the extra sensors and plugging into the into the computers on the bikes. So a little bit sad really, isn't it? I don't know, where's it going to end up? But I wasn't really in the mood for doing that vlog. I just thought I wanted to do it. I hope that, you know, for the manufacturer's sake and the dealers and the consumer, you know, that things do get better soon. But in all honesty, I can't really see it at the moment. It's you know, I know a friend of mine who has a cousin who imports bikes. You know, what was costing him $2,500 for a container to ship over is now costing nearly 10. So that in itself, you know, that explains a lot. So I mean, how many bikes can you get in a container? I don't know, but that money has to come from somewhere, and it's going to come from the consumer. So bikes are going to be costing a lot more money. And what's the answer really? I mean, that's why the second-hand market is got very strong at the moment. But it's only so many times that the second-hand market can shift around bikes. It probably will float itself, but you know, at some point people have got to buy new bikes to be able to sell second-hand. So yeah, I personally, my personal view of the larger manufacturers and why they're not bringing out anything that's sort of groundbreaking, shall we say, is first of all, I think that when they do build new bikes and new engines for bikes, it's generally speaking so it can comply with the Euro 5 regulations, for example. You know, that's why we had the new Africa twin engine, or part of the reason why it became 1100 and Euro 5. But I think in the background, I think you know, is it I think it's 2035 that we have to go over to electric. And let's face it, if that's the case, then the bike manufacturers need to start acting now. And I think in the background, I'm sure there's all sorts of interest in electric bikes being prepped up, designed, and you're gonna let me through? Oh, come on, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there. Being prepped up and designed and getting ready for sale. Even if it's 10 years down the line, they need to start acting now, because obviously the manufacturing side, oh, it's just a big mess really, isn't it? Anyway, as I say, it's not really my type of video to do a vlog, but I wanted to do this one. So I'll leave it there, but that's just some of my thoughts on it, and sorry if it went on a bit and it's not very fluent. Catch you in the next one.